The Blues are back in the Western Conference Final. And of course, while we're not still fully healthy at this point, I think it's safe to say that we are the favorites. Now, I have no idea what to expect from this San Jose lineup. And as we get a look at the ratings, 94, 94, 86, which is interesting. It'll be intriguing to see the overall of their goaltender. While we're the favorites, that means the pressure is on. Rightfully, with this team, we should be getting back to the Stanley Cup Final. We'll see if we can do just that. We get a look at their top line. Brandon Saad, who has 9 points so far in 11 games. Not a bad point total at all. Is centered by 93 overall Nathan MacKinnon and 92 overall Jesse Puljujärvi. God damn. That is a great top line. Second line, Brendan Perlini, Mikael Granlund, and Victor Arvidsson. Another solid line. Third line, Jason Zucker, Kaylor Yamamoto, and Anthony Mantha. Again, great. Fourth line, Nick Ritchie, Antoine Morand, and Sam Gagner. That is a very, very well-rounded team with two superstars. Man, that's not going to be easy to shut them down. We're going to need Carey Price to keep playing as he has been. Defensively, top pairing is 92 overall Morgan Rielly with Jakub Zboril. Interesting to see him actually progress to an 87 overall. Trouba is with Tyler Myers, so the Winnipeg connection there. And Braden McNabb is on the third pairing with Troy Stecher. The goaltending was the big question, and that's why. It is an 85 overall player, but that doesn't mean anything. 970 save percentage in the 2 games he has played. Brandon Halverson, the backup, is Marvin Lind, which leads me to believe that there is an injured goalie. And indeed there is. Mrazek, their starter, who has been playing lights out with a 955 save percentage, is currently injured, as is center Pascal Laberge. Connor Sheary currently scratched. So we will have to check to see how long those two players are out for the Sharks, because that is going to be a huge hurdle for them to overcome. Halverson has still played great so far, but don't know what it is about Mrazek lately. But he is a monster in goal. So it'll be intriguing to see whether or not he is fully healthy. If I can remember how to navigate these menus properly, we might find out at some point. Hopefully. So let's see. The San Jose Sharks. Mrazek is out unless they make the Cup final. Laberge should be back in this series. He'll be fully healthy on May 16th. It is currently May 8th. So yeah, Laberge will be back. Mrazek will not be. They have to make the Cup final to get him back. And even then, if this series ends quickly, he might not be back at all for them. So both teams have some injuries to overcome. We have home ice advantage. Momentum is on our side. Let's see if we can get the job done. It is the first period of Game 1. Let's see what happens, and that is a pretty strong start. I said momentum was on our side. 2 goals. Sergachev and Doughty, the defenseman, getting us started off on the right foot. Mantha brought them back to within 1, but then Davey gets the goal. He made it 3-1. 19 shots to 9 in that first period. Very strong start. Can we add to it in the second? No, okay, not what I expected. Antoine Morand and Tyler Myers tied the game. Connor McDavid restores the lead. Carey Price, 3 goals on 18 shots. Fairly disappointing. All right. Well, that sets up this interesting third period. The 1-goal lead intact, and there it goes. Anthony Mantha. Oliolivi gets it right back. This game is turning in to a slugfest. Power play for the Sharks is killed off. We have one of our own in Clayton Keller. Makes it a 2-goal game. Mantha scores again. Back to a 1-goal game. Holy shit. 4.5 to go. Power play for the Sharks is killed off. Is that it? Yes, it is. Brady Shea, the empty netter with 3 seconds to go, seals this game. Who the hell saw that coming? 7-5 final. Anthony Mantha, have yourself a day. A hat trick for him. Tried like hell to keep the Sharks in it. But in the end, the offense was just a little bit too much. A 5-point night for McDavid. The hat trick for Mantha. And a hat trick of assists for Michael Dowcole. What a game that was. I do want to take a look at the penalties. There wasn't a major in there. I thought there was going to be, based on some of those power play times. But an eventful first game. Thankfully, it went our way. Very surprised to see Carey Price give up 5 goals. That is for sure. But we took game 1. No need to make any changes. It is time for game 2. Although I could have double-checked to see if William Karlsson's fully healthy. But, oh well, too late. First period of game 2. And that's scoreless. That is shocking after the first game. Second period. And we establish a lead. It is Tyson Jost with the lone goal of the game. 24 shots to 16 as we start this third period. Early power play for the Blues. Connor McDavid strikes. He doubles the lead. Davey gets a goal. Tyson Jost. Holy shit. The Blues have woken up. Perlini scores on DiPietro. Oh no. Oh no. Dowcole scores on Marmanland. Both starters are out of this game. I'm happy, but until I know what went wrong with Carey Price, I can only be so happy. A dominant third period for us. 5-1 victory. We have a 2-0 series lead. Is Carey Price okay? Let's find out. Is Carey all right? He is not. Now, he's only out for 6 days. But a lot can happen in 6 days when you're talking about the playoffs. Michael DiPietro will have to step up. That is a scary thought to be without Carey Price. We do have that 2-0 series lead, but like I said, a lot can happen. A lot could go wrong for us very, very quickly. DiPietro, decent, not amazing in his time as the starting goaltender. We are really going to need him to step up. Holy hell. Well, that definitely changes the outlook of this series again. That was an amazing third period. 5-1 victory in total. The offense is on fire right now. And we will actually look to put William Karlsson back in the lineup. But, oh boy. No Ovi, no Carey Price. We've been here before, and we've survived. Can we do it again, though, is the question. And you know what? Let's just flat out go best lines. Perfect. We will go... What do we want to do here? Let me actually take a look at the point totals really quick. Lavin Joe still doing well. Stelio doing well. So let's see. Stelio had 11 points. 7 for Jost. So let's go with that. That looks good to me. 5 assists, 7 points, only 2 points for Davidson. All right. That lineup is looking half decent. Some disappointing players at the moment, but hopefully they can turn it around. We don't need to go best lines down in the AHL. We are good to go for Game 3 without Carey Price as we head to the Shark Tank. We're on the road. Can we get the job done? Can this offense stay red hot as they have been so far in this series? Let's find out. First period of Game 3. And yes, they can. Tyson Jost. Davey strikes again. Saad brought him to within 1. But Athanasiou restores the 2-goal lead. 3-1 after the first period. 3 goals on 10 shots. Not too shabby. Second period, can we at least maintain that 2-goal lead? No, we cannot. Jason Zucker brings them back to within 1. 3-2 in favor of the Blues as we start this third period. We are 20 minutes away from a 3-0 death grip on this series. This is a must-win for the Sharks. We're halfway through the third, and there is the tying goal, Jesse Puljujarvi. It's anybody's game. Granlund, Yamamoto, oh my God. Michael DiPietro falls apart. 3 goals in just over 4 minutes. Holy shit. And the Sharks are in this series, a 5-3 victory in Game 3. And my faith in Michael DiPietro is nearly non-existent at this point. I know it says Carey's healthy. He's not going to be fully healthy, though, until we head back to St. Louis for Game 5. So, yeah, we are in a bit of a tough spot here, no doubt about that. The offense did its job. DiPietro did not. And it was bad enough that I'm going to not give Chris Dreger a chance. It was bad enough that I need a goalie to get me a guaranteed win. And there's no goalie I trust more other than Carey Price right now in this organization than Vitaly Fedorov. He will start Game 4. He can hopefully lead us to victory. 19 years old, the medium franchise goaltender. Let's see what he can do. I do really quickly want to send down Gardner just so that we get him out of there, and we'll drop him down to the AHL team. Vitaly Fedorov, 78 overall. Can he get the job done against the Sharks in Game 4? Let's find out. First period in San Jose. Let's see what happens. And we have the lead. Sam Gagner, the opening goal, but Pavel Zacha struck just under a minute later, and then Michael Dal Colle gives us the 2-1 lead after 20. Not a bad start. Second period. Perlini and McDavid trade goals. McDavid restores that lead. It is 3-2 as we start this third period. We need that offense to step up. 5 goals would probably be the magic number that I'm looking for. So far, so good, though. Here in the third, we are halfway through. I'd really like an insurance goal for obvious reasons, but with under 5 minutes to go, we might just be able to hold on. And indeed we did. Oh my God. Vitaly Fedorov shuts the door in that third period. Unbelievable. First start of the game, Connor McDavid. The Blues have a 3-1 series lead as we head back home for Game 5. Carey Price will return. Now, part of me is like, oh, well, we got Vitaly Fedorov, but we do have to be somewhat realistic about this. As you know what, fuck the broken scouting system. Is Price isn't fully healthy? Let's double check. Hold on. If Carey isn't fully healthy, Vitaly Fedorov has the chance to close out this series. Let's take a look. What is the word? Carey is fully healthy. I can't risk sending down Michael DiPietro because his morale will plummet. So it has to be Fedorov that we send down. But he stepped up big time in a big way and managed to get us that win. Now King Carey returns and will look to close out the Sharks and seal a spot for us in the Stanley Cup Final. Let's see if he can get it done. Game 5 on home ice. Let's do this. Can we end this series right here and right now? Let's find out. First period here in St. Louis is scoreless. Surprising. Second period, can we grab the lead? Yes, we can. Drew Doughty The lone goal of the period, the lone goal of the game thus far. The Blues are 20 minutes away. Do the Sharks have an answer? We will find out. I'd obviously like a bit more insurance. That would be good. We are halfway through the third, and that's why Kailer Yamamoto has tied this game up. 3 minutes to go. Late power play for the Blues is killed off, and we're going to overtime. A 1-1 tie. 41 shots to 26. Halverson is doing all that he can. Will it be enough? Let's find out. Overtime here in Game 5. No early winner. Power play for the Blues. 5-on-3. Oh my God, how did we not score there? Power play for the Sharks. And there it is. You could tell by my tone the second I said power play for the Sharks. Victor Arvidsson on the power play. We didn't deserve to win that game. Not a chance. A high-sticking minor on McKinnon, tripping on McNabb, and a hooking minor on Zucker. And then Pavel Zacha is in the box for the game winner. We didn't deserve to win. Halverson stole the game with 47 saves. That is unreal. We didn't deserve to win. You have a 5-on-3 power play in overtime in a potential series-clinching playoff game, and you blew it. We didn't deserve to win. Now, of course, we go back to San Jose here for Game 6. The Rangers up 3-2 on Toronto. We'll see what happens there. Not going to make any lineup changes. We're jumping right into it. It is Game 6 in San Jose. Can the Sharks hold on yet again? First period. And we get the opening goal, Clayton Keller. Can we please get more than one goal this time? That's all I'm asking. 16 shots to 7. I almost consider that a win for the Sharks, that Halverson only gave up one goal. Second period, scoreless. San Jose fought back in terms of shots. We still have the 1-0 lead. Let's do this. Overtime. Not overtime. I'd like to avoid overtime, is what I was going to say. I apologize. It's late. I'm tired and I'm stressed out because we can't hold a lead. Pascal Laberge back from injury. 5 minutes to go. It's anybody's game. Potentially anybody's series. We are going to overtime again. Let's do this. Don't blink. You might miss it. Overtime in Game 6. Power play for the Sharks is killed off. And then Zaboral. Holy shit. I can't believe this. Zaboral in overtime on Carey Price, and the Sharks on the back of Brandon Halverson have forced Game 7. If I sound kind of like dismissive or like off-put by this fact, it's because I am. We had a 3-1 series lead, and we're going to Game 7 on home ice. That is abysmal. Both series going to that decisive 7th game. And we need to put forth our best lineup possible. God damn. All right. Costin, 14 points. Keller, a little bit better. Right. Let's go with Clayton Keller there. Mateo's 12 points. Lavin, not terrible. That fourth line hasn't contributed anything. God, come on. You know what? I'm doing a complete overhaul on that fourth line. No doubt about it. And if they get pissed off or whatever, we'll trade them in the offseason. We are doing a complete change out on that fourth line and getting players in here that can hopefully make a difference. Davis, Eggenberger, and Zadina. Although I am tempted to maybe have Stewart in there. Let's take a look at Zadina's stats again really quick. Good offensive presence. Decent two-way player. Reed Gardner blew his chance. Nando, Brett Davis. We do need a center in there. We need a center. Is it Zadina or Comtois? It's going to be Zadina. Let's do this. Send that trio down, call this trio up, and let's see if this is the team that can get the job done. That is the question. Is this the team? I said on paper we should be able to win this series. Let's see if I was right. That on paper we were the favorites. That is being put into question at this point, which is very disappointing. If the end result is that we win and we move on to the Stanley Cup Final, I can look past it. But if we lose, there might be some hell to pay for some of these players. It is time, though. Game 7. Words I didn't want to hear. We're on home ice. The winner goes to the Stanley Cup Final to play either Toronto or New York. First period, and it's a goal apiece. Zadina immediately gets the goal. Zaboral, though, another one for the Sharks. And we are tied. That's the first time I can remember them outshooting us in that first period. Second period, can anybody grab the lead? Yes, we can. Thank you. Connor McDavid and Clem Costine. 2 quick goals to start that second period. A dominant second period. We now have them beat 28 shots to 19. It's a 3-1 lead. The Sharks have to pull off one hell of a comeback. We have a power play. Clayton Keller makes it 4-1. That should do it. Power play for the Sharks is killed off. 10 minutes to go. Halfway there. Another power play for the Blues. Tyson Jost ends it. An emphatic statement from the Blues. A 5, a 6, whatever number. A dominant victory for St. Louis in Game 7. 6-1 final. Connor McDavid leading the way yet again. And yet again, we are off to the Stanley Cup Final, where we will play either Toronto or New York. We do not yet know, and we won't find out until we take a look here at the team stats. But that new fourth line, I will really be intrigued to see what their stat line is. But Connor McDavid, 24 points in 17 games. Michael Dal Cole and Clayton Keller also over point-a-game players. Clem Costine is a point-a-game player. You guys can take a look at the rest. But Eggenberger and Davis both at least a +1 in that first game. Gardner didn't do anything. Carlson didn't do anything. Zadina, of course, that goal on the fourth line. Zacha didn't do much. Davidson didn't do much. Like Shea and Koltsov, you can forgive. They are defensemen. We needed to make a change on that fourth line. We did it. And we are moving on to the Stanley Cup Final. Carey Price, .933 save percentage in 9 appearances. Please find a way to stay healthy for the Stanley Cup Final. I am begging you. Speaking of the Stanley Cup Final, let's find out who's it going to be. Place your bets, Toronto or New York. Let's go. And it is the New York Rangers. 45, 26, and 11 in the regular season. St. Louis and New York in the Cup Final. I imagine the lineup will remain the same. Ovechkin not too far away from returning, and actually we will double check just to make sure before we end this episode. How far away is Ovi? I want a specific date. 1 week away? June 3rd. June 3rd, Alex Ovechkin will be fully healthy. So let's take a look at the calendar. That is unfortunate. The only way Ovechkin plays again in this postseason at 100% is if we go to Game 7. The fact is, Ovi will be put into the lineup, period, whenever he is good to go. So, we again make it to the Stanley Cup Final against, this time, the New York Rangers. I sounded confident at the start of this episode. I'm not as confident. This team has looked fragile. The Rangers could provide one hell of a challenge, and we will see in the next episode who walks away with the Stanley Cup. Guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. As always, if you did, feel free to support this video, this channel, me, in any way that you deem necessary. Of course, it is always greatly appreciated. I will see you guys in the next one in the Stanley Cup Final.